Did you know that the Mediterranean Sea, beloved for its azure waters and rich history, once evaporated completely? Yes, you heard it right. This stunning expanse of water nestled between the continents of Africa and Europe and the cradle of some of the world's oldest civilizations was once as dry as a desert. The Mediterranean, as we know it today, is a vast body of water, stretching over 2 million square kilometers. But around 5.96 million years ago, a remarkable event occurred known as the Messinian salinity crisis. During this period, the Mediterranean Sea in its entirety dried up. Imagine a basin that's now teeming with life, dotted with picturesque islands and surrounded by sun-soaked beaches, was once a barren, salt-crusted landscape. But how exactly did this massive body of water simply evaporate? And more importantly, how did it come back? Stay tuned as we unravel the enigma of the Mediterranean's mysterious origins. To understand the Mediterranean's disappearance, we must delve into geology and climate. Now imagine a time when the Strait of Gibraltar, that narrow passage between Spain and Morocco, closed up. This was due to tectonic activities where the Eurasian and African plates collided, creating a land bridge. With this land bridge in place, the Mediterranean was cut off from the Atlantic Ocean, its primary water source. But that's not all. The climate at the time was incredibly hot and dry, a far cry from the balmy climate we associate with the Mediterranean today. These arid conditions and the relentless sun allowed evaporation to outpace inflow. Over time, the sea's water levels dropped, eventually leading to its complete evaporation. This process wasn't a one-off event, but rather a series of dry periods followed by brief wet spells, causing the sea to disappear and reappear several times. The evidence of these cycles can be found in the layers of salt deposits, some several kilometers thick at the bottom of the sea. Each layer represents a time when the sea evaporated entirely, leaving behind only the salt. So we figured out how the Mediterranean disappeared. But that's only half the story. How did it return to the vibrant sea we know today? The Mediterranean's resurrection is a tale of colossal floods and dramatic geological changes. Picture this: a vast arid basin, once a thriving sea, now reduced to a barren, salt-encrusted landscape. But the Mediterranean story doesn't end here. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the Mediterranean was reborn, and the catalyst was a flood of truly biblical proportions. This event, known as the Zanclean Flood, is believed to have occurred around 5 million years ago. The Gibraltar land bridge, a natural dam separating the Atlantic Ocean from the Mediterranean basin, breached under pressure. In a geological blink of an eye, water from the Atlantic surged through this newly formed gateway, cascading into the parched basin below. This wasn't just any flood, it was a deluge so massive, it's estimated that the Mediterranean's water level rose at a staggering rate of about 33 feet per day. Within a span of 2 years, the Mediterranean basin was once again a sea. But how do we know this? The answer lies beneath the sea itself. Scientists have drilled into the deep-sea layers of the Mediterranean, unearthing a treasure trove of geological history. Sediment cores, akin to the rings of a tree, reveal layers of coarse, flood-deposited sediments sandwiched between layers of fine, wind-blown dust. This is the evidence that points to the Zanclean Flood. Through the lens of animated sequences, we can visualize this cataclysmic event. Imagine torrents of water, the equivalent of 100 Amazon rivers, thundering through the breach in the Gibraltar land bridge. Picture the barren landscape, once a desolate salt-encrusted basin, gradually filling up, morphing into a thriving sea. And so, from dry, salt-encrusted basin to a sea teeming with life, the Mediterranean's journey is a testament to our planet's dynamic, ever-changing nature. In the grand scheme of Earth's geological history, the transformation of the Mediterranean is but a blink, yet it serves as a powerful reminder of the planet's enduring capacity for change and renewal. The Mediterranean story, while fascinating, also raises many intriguing questions. The annals of this sea are not yet fully penned. The exact timeline of events remains a puzzle, as is the impact on surrounding ecosystems. Were the neighboring habitats more arid or lush during the Mediterranean's dry basin phase? How did this transformation shape the flora and fauna we see today? What do you think life would have been like around the Mediterranean when it was a dry basin? Share your thoughts in the comments below.